Similarly, recently to payment for to the Russia, the dollars were not being made available for from the global communities. So the government has also started initiative about bilateral trade in the form of rupee. Whether finding an alternative to SWIFT, whether finding an alternative to dollar hegemony, all these I can give immense examples where technology has been an important initiative of the government to find the solution to the problem. And I think today's seminar, which also talks about the digital resilience, is an important part. And in this budget, the government has also taken a lot of initiatives to promote this segment. There are 2, 3 areas where the future of the economy growth can come. It is about knowledge economy. Prime Minister says that where we have a strong potential for growth, we have to work on those sectors. And on the Digital India initiative, several initiatives have already been taken, whether for digital payment, UPI, hashtag payment, etc. Government is working on association with other countries also to promote rupee card, etc. So digital payment is a big initiative under the Digital India. The government has taken a lot of initiative. Further, more initiatives are being taken place. Several other initiatives for creating a transparent business ecosystem, whether in the form of GST, completely online mechanism of assessment, registration, refund, etc., is integrating various transactions, creating complete audit trail are there. Then virtual assessment is also taking place. Then GEM, ONDC, trades, all these CoWIN, DigiLocker. So under the Digital India initiative, many of the initiatives have been taken by the government. The government in this budget also would like to promote these initiatives. A lot of funds have been allocated. The budget talks about setting of 100 5G labs for that, giving a lot of support to the blockchain technology, where new initiatives can be built, new audit trails can be established. And the Prime Minister has also said in this budget that artificial intelligence, which will be growth propeller for the world economy. We want the artificial intelligence to work for India. That's also an important initiative in this budget. The government has also taken an initiative to set up 100 e-courts, complete digitization of court records. Now, Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji is talking about data protection bill. Many discussions are taking place. So data is an important part of the whole ecosystem. Properly regulating that data, creating a mechanism for analyzing that data, creating a conducive environment for research, development, etc. for this has been an important initiative of the government on the digital side. Some of the initiatives that I would like to say, as far as my experience on the board has been, that over several years, the institution of independent director has seen major growth, whether from the initiative of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs or SEBI, or even in Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs has taken a lot of initiatives of building big data for the independent directors, their capacity enhancement. I was on the board of Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs for 4 years. That time, this whole data bank of independent directors was created, and the Prime Minister himself launched this initiative to create their capacity. And my experience at the board has been that if the independent directors work in association with internal auditors, because internal auditor is a very important initiative for corporate governance. If independent directors work in association, because the information flow to the independent directors at the board level at sometimes is quite difficult. What to get, how to get, this is my experience has been that if I use independent internal auditor association for getting segmental reports, giving them chance and independence to interact with the audit committee at a separate meeting, asking the management to give the complete observations of the internal auditors and then discuss their response to itself, and have their interaction with the statutory auditors. So for efficient work of the board, independent director institution is very important. For that, internal auditors have been very important. So I think this is also an important area of good growth for the corporate mechanism. On the data protection bill, I would like to mention one or two points. Is that lot of discussion is taking place. Big data is coming. Our experience at Bank of Baroda with fintech initiatives. Bank of Baroda is one of the technologically advanced bank. We launched one fintech dashboard at that point of time. Mr. Jay Kumar and Ravi Venkatesh was the chairman from Infosys. So there, if that big data is accumulated, processed, etc., there are several risks associated with data. Because if you cannot, Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji has also been saying that you cannot just come out with regulation and control the risk. There has to be quite a big capacity building at the organizational levels, because issues of privacy will come, the issue of proper processing will come, and analysis, how to analyze, how to get information. So the digital initiative, data protective bill, regulation, how to use it, how to improve it, can bring a big difference in the organizational growth and improvement. Our experience at BPCL has been about, with the Anubhav, how to enhance with complete integrating the data from all the retail outlets, and how online data at the central office can bring a good and better efficiency in the management of the supply chain, creating, reducing the working capital requirement, etc., are very important. So organization requires a robust ecosystem for their management of the whole data. These are very important. And the last point I would like to tell you is we have a strong regulator. There are certain issues which arise at the corporate level, but if you look into the financial market and capital markets in the country, they are very well regulated. We have 99.9% delivery in the DMAT form. T+1 settlement of transactions is not there across the globe. Even the developed economies don't have a T+1 settlement cycle. So we have a strong regulator, we have a proper mechanism of work, therefore. So these are important things that I wanted to underline. I think the scope for future, which initiative the government can help, I would underline 3-4 points briefly. One thing is, the government, if you come out with some suggestions from the this platform seminar, definitely we will take up from the government side. Four areas, I think, where government initiative can help. Can there be an amendment in the company's law to build an strengthen the internal audit structure? What changes can be made in the company law? Definitely, if there are certain suggestions we can take up from the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, I would definitely like to have a report on it. And how to empower independent directors, how to create their independence, how to improve their reporting is one area where some suggestions can come out. Accounting Standard Institute of Chartered Accountant can work up. And the last point that I would like to mention is, government initiative was there on self-regulatory organization. Can this institution, etc., can become in the form of self-regulatory organizations? Because government has been thinking that more and more regulation can go onto the platform of self-regulatory organization, with giving the disciplinary power of regulating and controlling and registering with proper fee structures can come up. So can there be a mechanism for self-regulatory organization? So these were some of the thoughts that I thought I would like to share with you, and I thank the organizer for giving me this opportunity. There is immense potential on the economic growth side for the India in this Amrit Kal, and surely the world is looking towards India. We as professionals have a lot of roles to play in creating that ecosystem of good economic and robust economic growth for India. We have a strong future, definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the super positive note. So kind of you to acknowledge women power as superpower. You beautifully brought in the aspects of growth of economy, importance of wealth creation, embracing business, job creation, growth of entrepreneurship, transparent ecosystem and ease of doing business, political democracy, the role of corporate citizens in the growth of economy with value citizen systems and corporate governance, corruption-free India, the Amrit Kal, recession, inflation, fiscal deficit roped in control, identifying the problem and arriving at a technical solution by integrating all the stakeholders, performance matrix, digital payments being made international, AI as growth propeller, and all aspects of data protection. And last but not the least, the role, responsibility, and opportunity of the internal auditors. Thank you so much for the wonderful address, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. May we now request Mr. Ram Kumar, Secretary, IIA Madras Chapter, to introduce Romal Shetty, President, Consulting and CEO-elect, Deloitte South Asia.